Elon Musk is making some big moves, and it seems like about time that he goes about buying companies. He is determined about acquiring Volkswagen these days, and considering the wealth he's amassed and the direction he has adapted, it doesn't seem all that unbelievable. Today, we are going to be talking about how Elon Musk is going to be making an acquisition in the general automotive industry. CEO of Tesla Elon Musk recently addressed around 200 executives at Volkswagen over a video call after he was invited by the German carmaker CEO, Herbert Diess. The CEO of Volkswagen pretty seems determined to unite with the top brass of the electric vehicle industry to make developments in the EV industry. The gap in productivity between the upstart and the elder statesman is pretty stark. When Tesla launched its new factory in Berlin to crank up the line, it set pretty big standards for vehicle production. Tesla basically changed up the game. According to recent reports, Tesla can build a new Model 3 in less than a day. To be precise, it takes around 10 hours to build a Model 3, which is 3 times faster than what Volkswagen takes to manufacture and produce an ID.3 over their Zugwitz EV plant. Musk is pretty praised about the German automotive company in his speech, and consider it to be one of the biggest challenges that Tesla had to go up against. He stated that despite about being a general automotive giant, Volkswagen has been making some big moves with their Volkswagen ID.3 and their newly released Porsche Taycan, which rival Tesla Model 3 and Model S. Diess's decision to call on Musk also fired up some people on Twitter. Croakers that don't like Musk and those that think that Musk is a weak connection thought that he'd bring down the reputation and damage that Volkswagen brand as a whole, but that certainly isn't the case. Despite the backlash, the vast majority of reactions were positive, as individuals consider Musk's appearances at the meeting room to be a motivation force for Volkswagen to do better on the EV side of things. It also helped drive and motivate the folks over at Volkswagen to gain insight from the knowledge he shared with them. Diess went on to say that Tesla handed over the global chip shortage pretty well, considering the scale they were operating at. Tesla brought the legacy automakers to their knees because their software team was able to rewrite Tesla's software and code in less than 3 weeks, which has pretty much enabled them to switch from one microchip to more than readily available microchip. Diess questioned Musk over why Tesla was the way to go when it came to the EV industry, and Musk promptly responded, stating that his management techniques were the best and that he is an engineer himself and has a key eye for supply chain logistics and production. Diess stated that he brought over Musk as a surprise guest to run across the point that Volkswagen needs some changes in management. Volkswagen for the past decade or so has been overrun with slow decisions and a lot of bureaucracy. Musk could potentially help decrease the bureaucracy and help make faster decisions as a partner for the German automotive company. Moving on, anonymous sources stated that the CEO of Volkswagen was interested in buying a stake in Tesla. Later, at the International Frankfurt Motor Show in Germany, Volkswagen revealed 2 electric cars that seemed to complete with Tesla's flagship EV solutions in both the high-end and the mass market. Later, the CEO stated in an official statement that he hasn't considered buying or bought any stakes in Tesla. He stated that he would be pointless for him to buy a stake in Tesla because they're doing all they can do and do what Volkswagen can do. Diess also stated that he personally wouldn't mind owning a Tesla, as he admires the work of Elon and he is doing all over the company with the Tesla cars. Despite everything, and with the new factory in Berlin, he doesn't even consider Elon or Tesla a potential threat to Volkswagen as an automotive industry giant. Diess stated that they might have the upper hand in the long run due to the scale that Volkswagen operates on. Diess went on to say that there's not much difference when it comes to how the hardware implementations in both the companies, because both have a dedicated platform for electric vehicles. Electric's James Doe stated that all teams are electric. There's no competition amongst EV manufacturers, but between the electric future and the smoking pump and automotives of the past, EV producers do indeed compete, but they also need to work together to put an end to the age of oil. All in all, we can't wait for these two to collaborate. These two are certainly going to make some big waves in the EV industry. The possibilities are endless. Both Tesla and VK would be putting their combined resources to achieve one goal, and honestly, that doesn't sound any less than a power move. Click one of the 4 videos on the screen right now.